Hey everyone! Welcome back to English with Jesse and Jane. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Hi, friends. Yes, welcome. Today's episode is going to be a little different. We're going to just chat about lots of things like daily life, hobbies, travel, food, dreams, family, and more.
And before we start, we want to tell you something important. This episode is perfect for listening practice. Just by listening to how we naturally talk in English, you can improve your understanding, pick up new words, and see how real conversations flow.
Exactly. Listening is one of the best ways to improve your English. The more you hear natural sentences, expressions, and vocabulary, the easier it becomes to speak yourself. And the great thing is, you'll also notice how sentences connect, how questions are asked, and how people respond in everyday situations.
So just relax, enjoy the conversation, and listen closely. Later, you can try talking about these topics with a friend or even to yourself.
Okay, let's start. How's your morning been, Jesse?
Pretty good, actually. I woke up early, made some coffee, and went for a short walk. The air was fresh and it felt amazing. How about you?
I stayed in bed a bit longer than I should have, and then I cooked some eggs. I love starting my day with a quiet breakfast. It just feels peaceful.
I wish I had more quiet mornings. Usually my mornings are a bit chaotic with emails and messages.
Yeah, it's funny how everyone has such different routines. Some people wake up at 5 and meditate, others go straight to work.
True. But I've noticed I spend most of my free time reading or listening to podcasts. It helps me feel productive even when I'm relaxing.
That's nice. I've been getting back into painting. I loved it as a kid, but I hadn't done it for years. Picking it up again is so refreshing.
That's awesome. Hobbies really make life more interesting. They give us something to enjoy and talk about with others, too.
Absolutely. Speaking of interesting things, have you traveled anywhere exciting recently?
Not recently, but I've been dreaming of a trip to Japan. I want to explore both the countryside and the big cities.
I'd love to go to Italy. I want to see Rome, Florence, and Venice, and of course, eat all the authentic Italian food.
Food is always part of the travel plan, isn't it? Speaking of food, I tried this spicy seafood pasta yesterday. Totally blew my mind.
That sounds delicious. I tried making homemade sushi. It didn't look perfect, but it tasted amazing.
Cooking can be so fun when you experiment, and sometimes the mistakes make it even better.
Exactly. Oh, have you thought about any new goals this year?
Always. I want to finally finish my book and maybe learn a bit of French. I also want to improve my public speaking.
I've been thinking about working on mindfulness and consistency. I want to journal every day and start a small creative project.
I love that. Goals give life a little direction, don't they? And it's great to celebrate the small steps along the way.
Totally. Even finishing a single chapter of a book or a small project feels rewarding.
Exactly. So friends, this is why listening to conversations like ours is helpful. You hear how people talk about different things, routines, hobbies, dreams, and slowly it becomes easier to talk about these topics yourself.
Yes, just hearing English in context is like building a conversation map in your mind. Later, when you speak, your sentences will flow naturally. So, Jesse, let's talk about family a bit. How's everyone at home?
Oh, they're good. My parents are busy as always, but my little brother just started university, so he's having fun, I think. What about your family?
Everyone's doing well, thank you. My sister just got a new job, and my parents are planning a small trip next month. It's nice to see them excited.
That's great. Family always gives life some stability, doesn't it? Even if we live far from each other, they're still our anchor.
Absolutely. And friends are just as important, too. I was just talking to my best friend yesterday about plans for the weekend. We might go for a hike or just have a small picnic in the park.
Sounds fun. I had a similar plan last weekend. A few friends and I went cycling around the city. It's amazing how outdoor activities make you feel energized.
Totally. And it's funny how conversations about friends and family are almost always easy in English. People love sharing these stories.
Yes, Even small details like my friend loves painting or my brother enjoys football make conversations richer.
Exactly. Speaking of small joys, do you watch movies often, Jesse?
Oh, yes, I love movies, especially action and adventure. They help me relax after a long day. How about you?
I enjoy comedies and documentaries. Sometimes I watch a movie just to laugh, other times to learn something new.
That's a nice balance. By the way, what's the last movie you watched?
It was a documentary about wildlife in Africa. Absolutely stunning, and the cinematography was incredible.
Wow, I'd love to watch that. I watched a superhero movie last night. Sometimes it's nice to just escape reality for a while.
Totally agree. And music is similar too, right? It can change your mood in an instant.
Exactly. I've been listening to jazz recently. It's relaxing, perfect for evenings.
I've been exploring pop music from different countries. It's so interesting to hear new styles and languages.
That's the beauty of music. It connects people across the world. And conversations about music or movies are always fun in English.
Speaking of connecting, traveling is another topic that excites me. Do you have any dream destinations, Jesse?
Oh, yes. Japan is high on my list. I'd love to experience the culture, the food, and the natural beauty.
That sounds amazing. Italy is mine. I want to see Rome, Florence, Venice, and taste every authentic dish I can find.
Traveling always gives us stories to share. Like last time I went to Spain, I tried paella for the first time, and it was unforgettable.
That's fantastic. I remember my trip to Morocco. The markets, spices, and street music were incredible.
Trips like these are more than just sightseeing. They teach us how to talk about experiences in English naturally. You describe what you saw, felt, ate, and suddenly you're practicing real conversation.
Exactly. And even simple topics like weather or seasons can be fun. I love talking about summer, long days, the sun, beach trips.
I'm more of a winter person. I like cold mornings, snow, and hot drinks. But yes, talking about weather is so simple yet useful for daily English conversation.
Absolutely. And it's also a good way to start a conversation with someone new. You can say, "It's really sunny today, isn't it?" And suddenly you're chatting naturally.
True. And then you can move into other topics like hobbies, work, or even your dreams and goals.
Speaking of goals, have you thought about what you want to achieve this year?
Yes, I want to finish writing my book, improve my public speaking, and maybe learn some French. What about you?
I want to be more consistent with my daily habits, journaling, creating something new, and exploring more hobbies.
It's funny how talking about goals in English is also a way to practice the future tense naturally.
Exactly. Saying things like I will, I hope to, or I plan to helps learners get comfortable with sentences about the future.
And then you can mix in small details like why you want it or how you'll do it. It makes the conversation richer.
Totally. Even casual conversations about everyday things, like breakfast, books, or weekend plans, can teach you a lot.
Yeah, that's the secret. Just talking about life naturally builds your English without even realizing it.
And that's why listening to conversations like ours is so helpful. You hear words, phrases, and expressions in context, so later when you speak, it feels natural.
Exactly. And the more you listen, the more your brain starts thinking in English, not translating from your native language.
You know, Jesse, something I've noticed is that people often think English conversations have to be serious or perfect, but most of the time, they're just about normal life.
Exactly. Most conversations are just people talking about their day, their thoughts, or something small that happened. Nothing fancy.
Like yesterday, for example, I went to the grocery store and there was this long line at the checkout. Everyone looked tired, but someone made a joke and suddenly people were smiling.
That's such a good example. Even a simple comment like that can start a conversation.
Yes, and those moments show how English is used in real life, casually, naturally, without pressure.
Totally. Speaking of daily life, how do you usually spend your evenings?
After work, I like to slow down. I usually make dinner, listen to some music, and sometimes read before bed. What about you?
I'm similar. I try to disconnect from screens for a bit. Sometimes I cook, sometimes I watch a short documentary, and other times I just sit quietly with a cup of tea.
That sounds really peaceful. I think evenings are when people reflect the most.
Yes, that's when thoughts about life, goals, or even worries come up.
True. And talking about worries is also something people often do in English. Simple sentences like, I've been feeling tired lately, or I'm a bit stressed about work.
Right, and those sentences don't need complex grammar, just honesty.
Exactly. By the way, do you remember your first job?
Oh, yes, very clearly. I worked part-time at a small bookstore. I loved being around books all day.
That sounds lovely. My first job was at a cafe. It was busy, but I learned how to talk to people confidently.
Jobs like that really teach you communication skills. You talk to strangers all day, and slowly it becomes natural.
And that's something English learners can relate to. The more you speak, even if it feels uncomfortable at first, the easier it gets.
Absolutely. Confidence comes from experience, not perfection.
Speaking of experience, have you ever had a funny misunderstanding in English?
Oh, yes. Once I mixed up two words and said something completely different from what I meant. Everyone laughed, including me.
Those moments are embarrassing, but they're also great learning moments.
Exactly. And honestly, native speakers make mistakes too.
All the time. That's something learners should remember. English doesn't have to be perfect to be effective.
Very true. So let's talk about weekends. What's your ideal weekend like?
My ideal weekend is simple. Sleeping in a little, meeting friends, maybe going somewhere new, or just enjoying good food.
That sounds perfect. I like weekends that feel unplanned, just doing things slowly and naturally.
And weekends are great conversation topics, too. People always ask, what did you do this weekend?
Yes, and you can answer with simple past tense. I stayed home, I went out with friends, I watched a movie.
Exactly. No pressure. Just storytelling.
Speaking of storytelling, do you enjoy telling stories from your childhood?
I do. Childhood stories are fun because they're full of emotion and memories.
Same here. Sometimes I remember small things like playing outside until sunset or listening to music with friends.
Those stories help people connect. And when learners talk about their childhood in English, they practice past tense naturally.
That's such a good point.
Another topic people love is celebrations and traditions. Do you have a favorite holiday?
I really enjoy holidays where family comes together. Good food, long conversations, and laughter.
Same. Traditions make us feel connected to our culture.
And talking about traditions is a great way to share who you are in English.
Yes, simple sentences like, in my country we celebrate, or this tradition is important to us.
Exactly. And people are usually very curious about different cultures.
That curiosity keeps conversations alive.
You know, something else people talk about a lot is technology. Phones, apps, social media.
Oh, yes, it's such a common topic. People say things like, I spend too much time on my phone, or I'm trying to reduce screen time.
I can relate to that. I'm trying to be more mindful about how I use technology.
Same here. It's all about balance.
And balance is also a great word to describe life goals, don't you think?
Definitely. Not everything has to be extreme. Small improvements matter.
That's such an important message for learners, too. Small daily exposure to English adds up.
Exactly. Listening to conversations like this regularly helps your brain get used to the rhythm of English.
And over time, you start understanding without translating.
That's when English really becomes part of you.
So, Jane, before we wrap up, if you had to give one piece of advice to English learners, what would it be?
I'd say, don't wait until you feel ready. Speak, listen, and enjoy the process.
I love that.
I'd add, be patient with yourself. Progress is happening, even when you don't notice it.
Exactly. Every conversation you listen to, every word you hear is helping you grow.
And that's why we love having these conversations with you.
You know, Jesse, sometimes I think about how conversations change as we grow older.
That's interesting. What do you mean?
When we're younger, we talk a lot about dreams, excitement, and big plans. As we get older, conversations become more reflective. We talk about balance, happiness, and peace.
That's very true. I've noticed that too. These days, I care less about impressing people and more about feeling comfortable with myself.
Exactly, and that kind of thinking often comes up naturally in conversations. Simple sentences, but meaningful ones.
Like saying, I just want a calm life, or I want to enjoy the little things.
Yes, those sentences are simple, but they say a lot.
And for English learners, those are great expressions to learn because they're used all the time.
Speaking of little things, what's something small that made you happy recently?
Honestly, a quiet morning. No rush, no noise, just time to think.
That sounds lovely. For me, it was a message from an old friend. We hadn't spoken in years.
Moments like that remind us how important connection is.
Absolutely. And connection is really what language is about, isn't it?
Yes, language isn't about rules, it's about understanding and being understood.
That's such an important point. Many learners focus too much on grammar and forget about communication.
Right, grammar matters, but clarity matters more.
Exactly. If someone understands you, you're already succeeding.
So true. By the way, what do you usually do when you feel unmotivated?
I slow down. I remind myself that motivation comes and goes, and that's normal.
That's a healthy approach. I usually go for a walk or listen to music. It clears my mind.
Walks are underrated. They help you think better.
Definitely, and they give you space to reflect on your goals without pressure.
Speaking of goals, do you believe goals should be written down?
I do. Writing makes them feel more real. Even simple goals like practice English for 10 minutes a day.
That's a great example. Small goals are easier to keep.
And consistency matters more than intensity.
Yes, 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week.
That applies to language learning perfectly.
It really does. And listening to natural conversations helps learners understand how English sounds in real life.
Especially how people pause, repeat themselves, or change direction mid-sentence.
Exactly. Real conversations aren't perfect.
And that's comforting, honestly.
Very. It takes pressure off learners.
You know, another topic people talk about often is food.
Oh, yes. Food is universal. Everyone has something to say about it.
What's your favorite comfort food?
Probably pasta. Simple, warm, and familiar. What about you?
For me, it's soup, especially on a cold day.
Food is such an easy conversation starter.
And describing food helps learners practice adjectives.
Words like spicy, sweet, creamy, or crispy.
Exactly, and you don't need advanced vocabulary to describe what you like.
True. Just saying, I really like this is enough.
That's something people forget. Simple English is powerful.
Very powerful.
So, Jane, do you prefer planning things or being spontaneous?
A bit of both. I like having a plan, but I also enjoy surprises.
Same here. Too much planning can feel stressful.
Yes, flexibility makes life easier.
And flexibility in language learning is important too.
Definitely. Some days you'll feel confident, other days not so much.
And that's okay. Progress isn't linear.
Exactly. One day you understand everything, the next day you feel lost.
But over time, understanding grows.
Slowly, quietly, but steadily.
That's why patience is key.
Yes, and enjoying the process helps a lot.
Speaking of enjoyment, do you like reading books?
I do. I enjoy novels and personal development books.
Same. Reading in English can be challenging but rewarding.
Especially when you start recognizing phrases you heard before.
That's such a good feeling.
It shows your brain is connecting things.
Exactly. Listening, reading, and speaking all support each other.
That's why we encourage learners to expose themselves to English in different ways.
And conversations like this are a great starting point.
Yes, you can listen while relaxing, walking, or doing daily tasks.
No pressure, just exposure.
Over time, English starts to feel familiar.
Almost like a friend.
That's a nice way to put it.
And once English feels familiar, speaking becomes easier.
Fear slowly disappears,
Confidence grows.
and suddenly you realize you're having conversations you once thought were impossible.
That moment is truly special.
It really is. You know, Jesse, something else people talk about a lot but don't realize it is decision making, even small decisions.
That's true. Things like what to eat, where to go, or how to spend time.
Exactly. Saying things like, I'm not sure yet, or I'm still deciding, are very common in English.
And those phrases are incredibly useful. You don't always need to have a clear answer.
Yes, uncertainty is part of life, and language reflects that.
I think learners sometimes feel pressure to sound confident all the time, but native speakers hesitate too.
All the time, we say, let me think, or that's a good question.
Those little pauses actually make speech sound more natural.
Exactly. Silence isn't always bad.
Speaking of silence, do you enjoy being alone sometimes?
I do. I think alone time is important. It helps me recharge.
Same here. Social time is great, but balance matters.
And talking about alone time is common too, saying, I need some time for myself.
Yes, especially these days when life feels busy.
Very busy. Work, messages, notifications.
It can be overwhelming.
That's why many people talk about mental health now.
True, and those conversations don't have to be heavy.
Simple sentences like, I've been feeling stressed lately.
Or, I need a break.
Exactly. And it's okay to say that.
Language helps us express those feelings.
It really does. And listening to others talk about feelings helps learners find words for their own emotions.
Yes, emotions can be hard to express in another language.
But hearing phrases repeatedly makes it easier.
Repetition without forcing it.
That's the key.
You know, another everyday topic is money.
Oh, yes. People talk about money a lot, even casually.
Things like budgeting, saving, or spending.
Saying, I'm trying to save money, or that's too expensive.
Those are very common expressions.
And useful in real life.
Definitely, especially when traveling or shopping.
Shopping itself is a big topic.
Yes, clothes, groceries, online orders.
Talking about preferences like, I prefer this color, or this doesn't fit.
Very practical English.
And people often talk about style, too.
Right, saying things like, I like simple clothes, or comfort is important to me.
Style says a lot about personality.
It does, and personality is another topic people naturally discuss.
Yes, describing yourself or others.
Words like quiet, friendly, outgoing, or thoughtful.
Those adjectives come up all the time.
And learners don't need hundreds of adjectives, just a few used well.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
You know what else people love talking about? Memories.
Oh, yes, good memories especially.
Saying things like, I remember when.
Or, that reminds me of.
Those phrases naturally move conversations forward
They connect past and present.
and help learners practice storytelling.
Storytelling doesn't need to be long either.
Even short memories count.
Like remembering a favorite teacher.
Or a special place.
Places are another great topic.
Yes, cities, hometowns, favorite spots.
Saying, I grew up in.
Or it's a quiet place, or it's very busy.
Simple descriptions, but effective.
And people love hearing about different places.
It sparks curiosity.
Curiosity keeps conversations alive.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes people worry about accents.
Yes, that comes up a lot.
But accents are part of identity.
Absolutely. Everyone has an accent.
Even native speakers.
What matters is being understood.
Not sounding perfect.
And listening helps with pronunciation naturally.
Yes, your ear learns first.
Then your mouth follows.
That's such a good way to explain it.
Listening trains your brain.
Speaking becomes easier over time.
without forcing it.
Exactly.
Another everyday topic is health.
Yes, but in simple ways.
Saying, I'm feeling tired, or I have a headache,
Very common phrases.
and useful when talking to others.
Health conversations don't need medical terms.
Just basic communication.
Exactly.
Do you exercise regularly?
I try to, mostly walking and stretching.
Same, nothing extreme.
Balance again.
Balance comes up a lot in life.
And in language learning.
Yes, don't overdo it.
Enjoy the journey.
That enjoyment keeps you going.
And consistency follows naturally.
People also talk about change.
Yes, change is constant.
Saying things have changed or I've changed my mind.
Very useful phrases.
Especially changed my mind.
I use that all the time.
Me too.
It's okay to change.
Absolutely.
And language adapts to that.
Language grows with us.
That's a beautiful thought.
It is.
Sometimes I think learners forget that English is just a tool,
Yes, a tool for connection,
not a test.
not a competition.
Just communication.
And listening is the first step.
Always.
Even babies listen before they speak.
That's such a good reminder.
So learners shouldn't rush.
Trust the process.
Keep listening.
Keep noticing patterns.
And slowly things click.
Suddenly, sentences form naturally,
And confidence grows quietly.
without forcing it.
Exactly.
Conversations become enjoyable.
Not stressful.
That's the goal.
Always.
Jesse, another thing people talk about a lot is expectations.
That's true. Expectations about work, relationships, or even themselves.
Yes, and sometimes expectations create pressure.
Definitely. Saying things like, I expected something different, or I didn't expect that.
Very common phrases.
And useful in everyday conversation.
Expectations often change with experience.
They do. As you grow, you realize not everything goes as planned.
And that's okay.
Language reflects that acceptance.
Saying, it is what it is, for example.
Such a popular expression.
Simple but powerful.
Speaking of power, confidence is another topic people discuss a lot.
Yes, confidence in speaking, working, or making decisions.
Saying, I'm gaining confidence, or I'm still working on it.
Honest and natural.
Confidence doesn't appear overnight.
No, it builds slowly.
Through small wins.
Like understanding a full conversation in English.
Or speaking without stopping to translate.
Those moments feel great.
They really do.
Another topic people love is success.
Yes, but success means different things to different people.
Some people see success as money
Others see it as freedom.
or peace of mind.
Exactly.
Talking about success in English doesn't need big words.
Just saying, I feel successful when...
That's enough.
People also talk about failure more openly now.
Yes, and that's a good thing.
Saying, I made a mistake, or I failed, but I learned.
Very healthy expressions.
And very real.
Failure is part of growth,
Always has been.
and language helps us process that.
It gives us words for reflection.
Reflection is such a big part of adulthood.
It is.
We think about where we've been and where we're going.
That's where dreams and goals come back into the conversation.
Yes, but in a calmer way.
More realistic.
More grounded.
Saying, I'd like to improve instead of, I must be perfect.
That shift in language matters.
It does.
Another everyday topic is communication itself.
Talking about how we communicate.
Saying, I prefer honest conversations.
Or, I like clear communication.
Very common in workplaces.
Especially during meetings.
Meetings are a big part of work conversations.
Yes, talking about deadlines, tasks, and progress.
Simple phrases like, I'm working on it.
Or, I'll get back to you.
Those are essential.
And learners hear them everywhere.
Repetition helps.
Yes, exposure builds familiarity.
Familiarity builds confidence.
Confidence builds fluency.
It all connects.
Another thing people talk about is change in routines.
like starting a new habit or breaking an old one,
Saying, I'm trying something new.
or I'm getting used to it.
That's a great phrase.
Getting used to is very common,
And very useful.
especially for learners adapting to English.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes people feel frustrated when progress is slow,
Yes, that feeling is universal.
saying, I feel stuck, or I'm not making progress.
Those feelings are valid,
But progress often happens quietly,
without big signs,
until one day you realize you understand more.
and speak more easily.
That's a great moment.
It really is. Another topic that comes up often is choice,
Choices shape our lives.
saying, I had to choose.
Or, I didn't have a choice.
Very expressive phrases.
And emotionally charged.
Language helps us explain our choices.
And understand others' choices.
That builds empathy.
Exactly.
You know, empathy is talked about more now,
Yes, understanding others' feelings.
saying, I understand how you feel.
Such a powerful sentence.
And simple.
That simplicity is beautiful.
Language doesn't need to be complicated to be meaningful.
It really doesn't.
Another common topic is uncertainty about the future,
Especially these days.
saying, I'm not sure what will happen.
Or, we'll see.
We'll see is used all the time.
Yes, it shows openness.
And acceptance.
Acceptance is a big theme in adult conversations.
It is.
Accepting change, uncertainty, and imperfection.
And learning to be okay with that.
Language gives us the tools to express that acceptance.
Exactly.
You know, another thing people talk about is gratitude.
Yes, being thankful.
Saying, I'm grateful for...
Very positive language.
Gratitude changes perspective.
It does.
And it's nice to express it out loud.
Absolutely.
Conversations don't always need to be deep, though.
True. Small talk matters too.
Talking about the weather, traffic, or daily routines.
Those are social bridges
They help start conversations.
and make interactions smoother.
Learners sometimes underestimate small talk.
But it's essential.
Very. You know, sometimes people ask, what should I talk about in English? And the answer is, talk about life.
Exactly.
Your life, your thoughts, your experiences.
That's enough.
And listening to conversations like this helps you see how natural English flows.
Without memorizing scripts.
Just absorbing patterns.
Over time.
Naturally.
That's the beauty of listening practice.
It really is.
You know, Jesse, another thing people talk about a lot is comparison,
Yes, comparing ourselves to others.
especially now with social media everywhere.
People often say things like, everyone seems to be doing better than me.
Or, I feel behind sometimes.
Those sentences are very common and very human.
Comparison can be motivating, but it can also be exhausting.
True. It depends on how we use it.
Talking about these feelings in English can actually be freeing.
Yes, because putting feelings into words helps process them.
Exactly.
You know, another everyday topic is patience.
Oh, yes. We talk about patience a lot, especially when things move slowly.
Saying, I'm trying to be patient.
Or, this takes time.
Very common expressions.
And very useful for learners, too.
Because learning a language definitely takes time.
It does. There's no shortcut.
But steady progress is real progress.
Always.
You know, another thing people talk about is habits.
Yes, good habits and bad habits.
Saying, I'm trying to build a habit.
Or, I'm trying to stop doing that.
Very natural phrases.
Habits shape our daily lives.
And language learning fits into that.
Exactly. When English becomes part of your routine, it stops feeling like work.
It becomes normal.
Like listening to a podcast while cooking or walking.
That's a great example.
You're learning without sitting down to study.
And that reduces stress.
Stress is another topic people talk about all the time.
Yes, work stress, family stress, life stress.
Saying, I'm feeling overwhelmed.
Or, I have a lot on my mind.
Those expressions are very common.
And very useful.
They help others understand how we feel.
Communication builds understanding.
Exactly.
You know, another common topic is sleep.
Oh, yes. Everyone talks about sleep.
Saying, I didn't sleep well.
Or, I'm really tired today.
Very natural phrases.
Sleep affects everything.
Mood, energy, focus.
And even how well we learn.
That's true.
When you're tired, language feels harder.
Definitely.
That's why rest matters.
Balance again.
Balance always comes back.
People also talk about advice.
Yes, giving and receiving advice.
Saying, if I were you.
Or you might want to.
Those are classic advice phrases.
And they're everywhere in conversations.
Especially between friends.
Advice often comes from experience.
And sharing experience builds connection.
Exactly.
Another topic people discuss is priorities.
Yes, what matters most to them?
Saying, this is important to me.
Or, I need to focus on this right now.
Very common in adult conversations.
Priorities change over time.
They do.
And language changes with them.
That's true.
People also talk about confidence in making choices.
Yes, trusting yourself.
Saying, I trust my decision.
Or, I'm comfortable with my choice.
Those sentences show growth.
And maturity.
Language reflects personal growth.
It really does.
Another everyday topic is learning from mistakes.
Yes, reflecting instead of blaming.
Saying, I learned a lot from that.
Such a positive phrase.
And very common.
People respect that mindset.
Definitely.
People also talk about comfort zones.
Oh, yes, stepping out of them.
Saying, I'm trying something outside my comfort zone.
That's a great sentence for learners, too.
Because speaking English often feels like that.
Very true.
But growth happens there.
Always.
Another topic people bring up is curiosity.
Yes, being curious about the world.
Saying, I'm curious about that.
Or, I'd like to learn more.
Very natural phrases.
Curiosity keeps conversations going.
And keeps learning fun.
Exactly.
Sometimes people worry about sounding boring.
Yes, I hear that a lot.
But real conversations are simple.
Talking about daily life is enough.
No need to impress.
Just be present.
Presence matters more than perfect words.
Absolutely.
Another topic people often discuss is trust.
Trust in people, systems, or themselves.
Saying, I trust you.
Or, I'm learning to trust myself.
Powerful statements.
And simple.
That simplicity makes them strong.
Language doesn't need complexity to carry meaning.
Exactly.
Sometimes people just talk about how fast life moves.
Yes, saying, time goes so fast.
Or, I can't believe how quickly things change.
Very common reflections.
Those thoughts often come during quiet moments.
Like evenings or long walks.
Exactly.
And those moments are perfect for listening practice.
Calm, focused, relaxed.
That's when the brain absorbs language best.
Without effort.
Without stress.
Just listening.
Letting the language flow.
And slowly become familiar.
Until it feels natural.
Like part of everyday life.
Just like this conversation.
Yes.
Jesse, another thing people talk about a lot without realizing it is identity.
That's true. How we see ourselves and how we describe ourselves.
Yes, saying things like, I see myself as, or I've changed a lot.
Very common phrases, especially as people grow and reflect.
Identity isn't fixed, it evolves.
And language evolves with it.
Exactly. When people learn English, they sometimes feel like a different version of themselves.
That's such a good point.
They might feel quieter or less expressive at first.
But over time, personality comes through.
Yes, humor, opinions, emotions, everything.
It just takes time.
And patience.
Always patience.
Another topic people talk about often is belonging.
Feeling like you belong somewhere.
At work, in a community, or even in a language.
Saying, I feel comfortable here.
Or, I finally feel like I belong.
Those sentences are powerful.
And learning English can give people that feeling.
Yes, suddenly you can join conversations.
You don't feel left out anymore.
That's a huge motivation.
Definitely.
Another everyday topic is feedback.
Oh yes, giving and receiving feedback.
Saying, I appreciate your feedback.
Or, that really helped me.
Very common in professional settings.
And useful in daily life, too,
Feedback helps us grow.
when it's given kindly.
That's important.
Tone matters a lot.
Yes, how you say something can be more important than what you say.
And listening helps you understand tone better.
You hear softness, hesitation, or confidence,
Those details are hard to learn from textbooks.
but easy to pick up from real conversations.
Exactly.
You know, another topic people talk about is routine versus change.
Staying comfortable or trying something new.
Saying, I like my routine.
Or, I need a change.
Very common expressions.
Both are valid.
Balance again.
Always balance.
Another thing people discuss a lot is trust in the process.
Yes, especially when results aren't immediate.
Saying, I'm trusting the process.
That phrase is everywhere now.
And for good reason.
Learning takes time.
Whether it's language, a skill, or personal growth.
Progress is often invisible at first.
Until one day, it's obvious.
And that moment feels rewarding.
Very.
You know, another everyday topic is expressing preferences politely.
Yes, saying, I'd prefer.
Or, I'm not really into that.
Very natural phrases.
Politeness matters in English,
Tone softens everything.
especially when disagreeing.
Disagreement is another topic people worry about.
Yes, but disagreement doesn't have to be conflict.
Saying, I see your point, but
Such a useful phrase.
it shows respect.
And maturity.
Language can build bridges.
Or walls.
It's up to how we use it.
Another topic people often discuss is responsibility.
Taking responsibility for actions or choices.
Saying, that was my responsibility.
Or, I'll take care of it.
Very common phrases.
And very useful,
They show reliability.
which builds trust,
Trust keeps relationships strong.
whether personal or professional.
You know, sometimes people talk about slowing down.
Especially when life feels rushed.
Saying, I want to slow down, or I need to take a step back.
Those expressions come up often.
And they're very relatable.
Everyone feels overwhelmed sometimes.
Language helps us express that need.
And ask for space.
Or understanding.
Another topic people talk about is optimism.
Yes, staying hopeful.
Saying, I'm hopeful about the future.
Or things will work out.
Those sentences carry positive energy.
And they're simple.
Simple language can still inspire.
Absolutely. You know, people often underestimate how much they already know in English.
That's very true.
They understand more than they think.
Listening helps reveal that.
You suddenly realize, oh, I understood that.
And that boosts confidence.
Confidence encourages more listening.
And eventually more speaking.
It becomes a positive cycle.
Exactly.
Another everyday topic is adaptability.
Adjusting to new situations.
Saying, I'm adapting, or I'm getting used to it.
Such useful expressions.
Especially for learners living in new environments.
Language becomes a survival tool.
And a connection tool.
Both at the same time.
You know, sometimes people talk about feeling proud.
Yes, pride in progress.
Saying, I'm proud of myself.
That's an important sentence.
People don't say it enough.
They should.
Especially when learning something challenging.
Like a new language.
Exactly. You know, one day learners wake up and realize English doesn't feel foreign anymore.
It feels familiar.
Comfortable.
Almost natural.
And that happens through listening.
Through exposure.
Through patience.
And kindness to yourself.
That kindness matters.
A lot.
Because learning is personal.
And everyone's journey is different.
There's no single timeline.
Just steady movement forward.
One conversation at a time.
Like this one.
Yes. You know, Jesse, another thing people talk about a lot is uncertainty in daily life.
Yes, not knowing exactly what's coming next.
Saying things like, I'm not sure yet, or I'll figure it out.
Those phrases come up constantly.
And they show honesty.
Life rarely gives clear answers,
True, and conversations often reflect that uncertainty.
which is comforting in a way.
Yes, because it reminds us we're not alone in feeling unsure.
Exactly.
Another topic people often discuss is effort.
Putting effort into work, learning, or relationships.
Saying, I'm trying my best.
Such a simple but meaningful sentence.
It shows commitment without pressure.
And learners use it a lot.
Because effort matters more than perfection.
Absolutely.
You know, people also talk about recognition.
Feeling seen or appreciated.
Saying, I feel appreciated, or that means a lot to me.
Very emotional phrases.
And very human.
Recognition motivates people.
It does.
Another everyday topic is boundaries.
Yes, setting limits.
Saying, I need some space.
Or, I'm not comfortable with that.
Important sentences.
And empowering.
Language gives us the tools to protect our energy.
Exactly.
You know, people also talk about trust in themselves.
Believing in your own judgment.
Saying, I trust myself.
That sentence can feel hard to say.
But powerful.
Very.
Another topic that comes up often is curiosity about others.
Yes, asking questions, listening to stories.
Saying, tell me more about that.
Such a great conversation phrase.
It keeps conversations flowing.
And shows interest.
Interest builds connection.
Always.
You know, sometimes people talk about feeling lost.
Yes, especially during transitions.
Saying, I'm not sure where I'm headed.
That's very honest.
And very common.
Feeling lost doesn't mean failing.
It often means growing.
Exactly.
Another everyday topic is resilience.
Getting back up after challenges.
Saying, I'll try again.
Such a simple sentence.
But full of strength.
Language carries resilience.
It does.
You know, people also talk about comfort.
Feeling comfortable with people or situations.
Saying, I feel at ease.
Or, I'm comfortable with that.
Those phrases show trust,
And familiarity.
which grows with exposure.
Just like language.
Exactly.
Another topic people bring up is curiosity about the future.
Wondering what's next.
Saying, I'm curious to see what happens.
That phrase feels hopeful.
Yes, open-minded.
Curiosity feels lighter than pressure.
That's true.
You know, people often talk about moments of realization.
Those moments when something suddenly makes sense.
Saying, it finally clicked.
That's such a good phrase.
Learners love that moment.
When English starts making sense naturally.
Without translating.
That's a big milestone.
And it comes from listening.
Repeated listening.
Calm listening.
Without forcing understanding.
Just letting it happen.
You know, another common topic is balance between work and rest.
Yes, people say, I need better balance.
Or, I'm trying not to overwork.
Very relatable.
Especially these days.
Rest is often overlooked.
But necessary.
For learning, too.
Especially for learning.
You know, sometimes people talk about confidence quietly growing.
Without big announcements.
Saying, I feel more confident now.
That's such a rewarding sentence.
It really is.
Especially when you remember where you started.
Progress feels real then.
And motivating.
You know, people also talk about kindness.
Being kind to others and to yourself.
Saying, be kind to yourself.
That's such an important message.
Especially for learners.
Because self-criticism slows progress.
And kindness supports it.
Language learning is emotional.
Very emotional.
And that's okay.
Completely okay.
You know, one day, learners realize they're thinking in English.
And that moment feels surprising.
It happens quietly.
During simple tasks.
Like planning the day.
Or reacting to something.
That's when English becomes natural.
Not forced.
And that's the goal.
Yes.
You know, Jesse, another thing people talk about a lot is clarity.
Yes, wanting things to be clear.
Clear plans, clear communication, clear feelings.
Saying, I need some clarity, or that makes things clearer.
Very common expressions,
And very useful in everyday English.
especially at work or in relationships.
Yes, clarity reduces misunderstanding.
And misunderstanding is something people also talk about often.
Definitely. Saying, I think there was a misunderstanding.
Or maybe I misunderstood.
Those phrases show maturity.
And openness.
Language helps us fix small problems before they become big ones.
Exactly.
Another topic people bring up is improvement.
Yes, improving little by little.
Saying, I'm working on improving.
Or I'm getting better.
Simple but encouraging sentences.
They remind us that progress exists,
Even when it feels slow.
especially when it feels slow.
You know, people often talk about feeling comfortable speaking their mind.
Yes, expressing opinions.
Saying, in my opinion, or I feel that,
Those are essential phrases.
and very common in discussions.
Opinions don't have to be strong.
Just honest.
Honesty builds trust,
And trust creates safe conversations.
which helps learners feel more confident speaking.
Exactly. Another daily topic is learning from others.
Yes, observing, listening, picking up ideas.
Saying, I learned a lot from you.
That's such a nice sentence.
It shows appreciation.
And humility.
People respond well to that.
You know, sometimes people talk about feeling overwhelmed by choices,
Yes, too many options.
saying, I have too many choices.
Or, I don't know what to choose.
Very relatable.
Modern life gives us many options.
And that can be tiring.
Language helps us express that feeling.
And ask for advice.
Advice comes back into conversation again.
It always does.
You know, another common topic is reflection at the end of the day.
Thinking about what went well and what didn't.
Saying, today was a good day.
Or, it was a long day.
Very natural expressions.
Those sentences come up all the time
And they're perfect for learners.
because they're simple and useful.
You can use them every day.
Exactly.
You know, another thing people talk about is feeling proud of small wins.
Yes, small victories matter.
Saying, I did better than yesterday.
That's a powerful mindset,
And very encouraging.
especially for long-term goals.
Like learning English.
Exactly.
You know, people also talk about comfort in silence.
Being okay without talking all the time.
Saying, I enjoy quiet moments.
That's such a peaceful sentence.
Silence can be meaningful too.
Yes, especially when you feel comfortable.
Language doesn't always need to fill the space.
That's a nice thought.
You know, sometimes people talk about being present.
Living in the moment.
Saying, I'm trying to be more present.
Very common phrase these days.
And very healthy.
Presence improves conversations,
And listening skills.
which helps language learning again.
Everything connects.
It really does.
You know, another topic people bring up is comfort with mistakes.
Yes, accepting mistakes as part of learning.
Saying, it's okay to make mistakes.
That sentence alone can reduce fear.
Fear blocks progress.
Comfort allows growth.
That's true.
You know, sometimes people talk about momentum,
Getting into a flow.
saying, I'm getting into the rhythm.
That's a great phrase.
Learners love that feeling,
When English starts flowing naturally,
without stopping to think.
that comes from listening again and again.
Familiar voices help.
Familiar rhythm.
Familiar patterns.
It all builds comfort.
You know, people often talk about finding their own pace,
Yes, not rushing.
saying, I'm going at my own pace,
That's such a healthy sentence.
especially for learners who compare themselves to others.
Everyone's journey is different.
And that's okay.
More than okay.
Necessary.
You know, one day people realize that English is no longer the focus,
The conversation becomes the focus,
the message.
the connection.
And that's when fluency really appears.
Quietly,
Naturally.
through listening,
Through time.
and through conversations like this.
Yes.
You know, Jesse, people also talk a lot about balance.
Yes, balancing work, rest, and personal time.
Saying, I'm trying to find a balance.
Or, my life feels out of balance right now.
Very common expressions.
And very honest ones.
Life rarely stays perfectly balanced.
It's always adjusting.
And language helps us explain that feeling.
Another topic people often bring up is motivation.
Yes, feeling motivated or unmotivated.
Saying, I feel motivated today.
Or, I'm struggling with motivation.
That's very relatable,
Everyone feels that at some point.
especially when working toward long goals.
Like learning a language.
Exactly.
You know, people also talk about habits a lot.
Daily habits, good habits, bad habits,
Saying, I'm trying to build a habit.
or I'm breaking a bad habit.
Simple sentences, but very useful.
They come up in casual conversations all the time.
Another thing people talk about is comfort zones.
Stepping out of them.
Saying, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone.
That's a powerful phrase.
Especially for speaking English.
Yes, speaking requires courage.
Even when you know the words.
Fear can still appear.
And that's normal.
Another everyday topic is support.
Feeling supported by others.
Saying, I really appreciate your support.
Or, thanks for being supportive.
Those phrases build strong connections.
And kindness.
Kindness comes up often in conversations.
Yes, talking about being kind to yourself.
Saying, I'm trying to be kinder to myself.
That's such an important sentence.
Especially for learners who feel pressure.
Pressure can slow progress.
Gentle consistency works better.
You know, people often talk about curiosity.
Being curious about new things.
Saying, I'm curious about that. Or, I want to learn more.
Those phrases open conversations.
They invite explanation.
And learning.
Another topic is confidence.
Yes, gaining confidence over time. Saying, I'm becoming more confident.
That's a wonderful sentence.
It shows growth.
Confidence doesn't arrive suddenly.
It builds slowly.
Through repetition.
Through listening.
Through understanding.
People also talk about routines changing.
Adjusting to new schedules.
Saying, I'm getting used to it.
That's such a natural phrase.
Very common in daily English.
Learners hear it everywhere.
Another topic is energy levels.
Feeling tired or energized.
Saying, I'm feeling drained today.
Or, I have a lot of energy.
Those expressions come up all the time.
Especially in casual chats.
You know, people also talk about patience.
Learning to be patient.
Saying, I'm learning to be patient.
That sentence fits many situations.
Language learning included.
Absolutely.
Another topic is reflection on progress.
Looking back and noticing improvement.
Saying, I've come a long way.
That's a beautiful sentence.
It gives perspective.
And encouragement.
People also talk about inspiration.
Being inspired by others.
Saying, you inspire me.
Very meaningful words.
They strengthen relationships.
And motivation.
Another everyday topic is planning ahead.
Thinking about tomorrow or next week.
Saying, I'm planning ahead, or I'll take it one step at a time.
That's a great phrase. Very calming.
Especially when things feel overwhelming.
You know, people often talk about enjoying small moments.
Little joys.
Saying, I enjoyed the small things today.
That's a reflective sentence.
And very natural.
Another topic is adaptability.
Adjusting when things change.
Saying, I'm adapting.
Short, simple, powerful.
And very useful.
You hear it in work and life conversations.
Language mirrors life experiences.
It really does.
And listening helps you absorb those patterns.
Slowly and naturally.
Without pressure.
Just like this conversation.
Yes.
You know, Jesse, after all these topics, I think the most important thing is that progress doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely, Jane. Learning English or anything in life is a journey. Small steps every day add up.
Every conversation you listen to, every word you practice, every mistake you make, it all counts.
And remember, it's okay to feel unsure sometimes. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're learning.
That's right. Keep moving, keep listening, and keep speaking, even if it's just a little at a time.
Your consistency, your efforts, and your curiosity will take you further than you think.
Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on your journey. Celebrate your small victories.
Because one day you'll realize English doesn't feel foreign anymore. Conversations will feel natural, and you'll surprise yourself with how much you've grown.
So stay patient, stay motivated, and most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way.
Every step counts. Every effort matters.
Keep listening, keep learning, and remember, you are capable of amazing progress.
Yes, keep going. Your future self will thank you.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. Keep practicing and stay motivated.
Thanks for watching Jesse and Jane Talk.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed it, hit the like button.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.